Hi kiddos! We're going to do our phonics lesson together. Normally we're gathered in a circle on the carpet. So we're just going to pretend that we're gathered on the circle on the carpet, and you are going to do the same thing, hearing all those sounds like we normally practice. We're going to tap sounds out. Sometimes we're going to clap sounds, or we're going to pull two parts of a compound word, a glue word apart, add a beginning sound, add an ending sound. So all the same things that we normally do. Okay. So when I say something, I want you to do it at home. Okay. And then just really make sure that you're hearing all of the sounds that we're working on. Okay. So just like always, we're going to start with rhyming. Okay, this time I'm going to say two words, and then you're going to repeat those two words and add another word that rhymes with that. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, I say flash, cash. You say flash, cash. I say race, chase. You say race, chase. I say twice, dice. You say twice, dice. I say spoon, noon. You say spoon, noon. I say saw, claw. You say saw, claw. I say jump, bump. You say jump, bump. I say think, wink. You say think, wink. Good. Next up, we're going to tap out our sounds, right? And then you're going to tell me the whole word that you hear all together. So in this one, remember, I tap it, you say the whole word. Okay, here we go. We're going to blend these sounds together. I say b, l, a, m, k. You say, I say k, r, o, k. You say, I say t, w, a, l, v. You say, I say f, r, I, n, j. You say, I say k, l, a, th. You say, I say g, r, I, t. You say, I say s, w, I, p. You say, I say s, l, a, p, t. You say, I say f, l, u, k. You say, good. One word that I want to talk about is that word fringe that we just solved. Fringe is kind of those little dangly pieces of fabric that might hang off the edge of a shirt that someone's wearing, or a dress that someone's wearing, or a fringe could be like the edge of something, just on the fringe of it, the edge of it. Okay. All right, next up, you're going to tell me the middle sound, okay? So I say the word, you say the word, you tell me the middle sound. For example, I say brush, you say brush, middle sound, Okay, here we go. I say sprain, you say middle sound. I say glide, you say middle sound. I say stomp, you say middle sound. I say squint, you say middle sound. I say fruit, you say middle sound. I say theme, you say middle sound. I say stroll, you say middle sound. Good. Okay. Next up, I'm going to tell you the word, and you're going to tap out each sound. Make sure that we hear both sounds in the blend, if it's at the beginning or the end, right? Sometimes we might even have a triple blend in there sometimes, okay? All right, here we go. For example, I say great, you say great. Tap the sounds, g, r, a, t, great, okay? My first word is going to be grant. Here we go. I say grant, you say, tap the sounds, grant. Okay, here we go. I say grease, you say, tap the sounds, grease. I say club, you say tap the sounds, club. I say shadow, you say tap the sounds, shadow. I say French, you say tap the sounds, French. I say throne, you say tap the sounds, throne. And I say crust, you say tap the sounds, crust. And I say slimy, you say tap the sounds, slimy. That's a fun word to say, isn't it? That gives me a really fun picture in my mind. I hope it does to you too. Okay, next up, we are going to practice adding a sound. And all of these sounds are going to be to the beginning blend. Okay, so it's going to start with just one sound before that first vowel, and then we're going to add another consonant to make it a blend before that first vowel. For example, I say sock, you say sock, add t after the s. What's the word? Stock. Like if I stock shelves, I fill them up. Okay? All right, here we go. I say bees, you say add r after the b. What's the word? Breeze. I say sock, you say add t after the s. What's the word? Stock. I say back, you say add l after the b. What's the word? Black. I say sigh, you say add p after the s. What's the word? Spy. I say bite, you say add r after the b. What's the word? Bright. I say fee, you say add r after the f. What's the word? Free. Good. Next up, I'm going to tell you a word and then we're going to take out a letter, okay? And all of these are taking out a letter in that beginning blend, okay? So we got to break that beginning blend apart, which is hard to do because those letters blend together in those sounds, okay? For example, I say spoon, you say spoon, without the p. What's left? Soon. Okay, here we go. I say sled, you say without the l. Said. I say grab, you say without the r. Gab. Gab is like talking, which I like to do a lot. I know some of you guys like to do that right with me, so I'm right with you. Okay, next up, I say skunk, you say, ooh, take out the k. What's the word? Sunk. I say sneeze, you say without the seize. Seize is like to seize the day, to take advantage of the day, or to like if you're seizing a different place, you would be like attacking that place. Okay. Next up, I say slip, you say without the it's sip. Yep, like a sip of a drink. Okay. Next up, I say snap, you say without the sap. And actually, my father-in-law is tapping maple trees right now in the woods to get sap out of them to make maple syrup like we've talked about before. So it's kind of a cool process. Okay, we're almost done. Here we go. Next up, I'm going to say a word. Then I'm going to have you change one of the sounds and you're going to tell me the new word. Okay, for example, I say fell, you say fell. Change to e. What's the word? Feel. Okay, here we go. I say cap, you say change to a. Cape. Good job, like a superhero wears. Okay. I say sit, you say change I to I. Sight. Yep, like we've talked about, right? Like eyesight or a website, right? I say fell, you say change a to e. Feel. Good. I say glob, you say change a to o. Globe, right? We've talked about the globe a lot this year, exploring some of the places around our world. Okay, next up, I say cub, you say change a to u. Cube, good job. Cube is like a 3D shape, right? Okay, next up, I say man, you say change a to a. Mane, right? Like a lion's mane. Okay, and next, I say cut, you say change a to u. What's my new word? Cute, right? Cute. Okay, next up, kiddos, I'm just going to show you a sound, and I want you to tell me what that sound is. These are review. We've been working on these in a lot of reading groups, okay? So I'm going to show you the sound. I want you to tell me the letters and then the sound, okay? Yeah. So a lot of times A-W will say aw, like in saw, okay? Next up, A-U. A lot of times A-U will say aw, like in saw, right? Okay. Next up, O-W, right? We talked about that this O-W a lot of times says ow, like if you pinch yourself, pretend it's written on your skin, ow, like in bow, but sometimes this can say O, like in bow. Yeah. O-U, same kind of a thing, right? A lot of times this O-U says ow, like in about. Okay, these are fun ones. O-I, right? And this is a funny sound. A lot of times this, these two letters together will say oi, like in oil or boil. Another fun sound. O-Y, oi, like in boy. All right, kiddos, we'll practice more of those sounds. We know that some of those sounds can say, or some of those letters can say multiple sounds. So we'll keep working on it, okay? Glad to see you guys today.